doctor will say, what do you mean you are dead? They say, I'm dead. And then they say, what about if I take a needle and poke you and, are you dead? And they will say, well, yeah. And then the doctor might go like this and they bleed and they say, well, how come you're dead? You're bleeding. Can dead people bleed? They say, yes.
Apparently, since I'm dead.
Since I'm dead, right? So it shows you that you know, something intriguing is going on in the brain. When these centers are hyperactive, everything becomes salient.
Right.
If they're underactive, you know, you are dead. You know, in fact, if that part of the brain, the face area in the brain and the emotional part of the brain is hyperactive, there's another syndrome called Frigoli syndrome, where you go around and you say everybody in the landscape looks like my Uncle Joe, for example.
Right.
So you go around and say, well, this looks like my Uncle Joe, and this looks like my Uncle Joe. And the reason is that you have hyper-emotionality. You are hyper-emotional, right? Because of that vision, the emotion part of the brain and the face part of the brain are hyperactive, and they're hyper-connective. The connectivity is in overdrive. And then you feel like, I shouldn't have emotions. That's how your brain concludes.
Right.
I shouldn't have emotions when I go around in the landscape and looking at people.
But I do.
But I do. Therefore, your brain jumps to these absurd conclusions and go,
Yeah.
you know, these are all my Uncle Joes.
Yeah, well, you see the same